Hi, I'm Robin DeWind, and welcome to a special edition of The Bridal Show, brought to you by Rochester's very own Monroe's. So sit back and enjoy this tour of all the many bridal and event options Monroe's has to offer.
I'm looking to bring an experience to a bride that no other venue in Rochester can bring, and we've already accomplished that with the Wintergarden. So now my goal is to go up and have that whole total New York City experience within Rochester.
Right off the bat, I was overwhelmed and I was excited. The space was huge. It was exactly what I was looking for.
Such a unique space with the trees and the lights wrapped around it, and obviously the element of kind of being outside.
It's the best kept secret in town, but it's, with Kathy running it now, it's really gaining a lot of momentum and notoriety. So she's doing a great job and really knocking it out of the park for us.
With Monroe's at One, offer that for parties of around 50 to 75 people. It's a little more of an intimate space within the building.
We often set up cocktail hours up there. A lot of brides will upgrade their cocktail hour to have the separation between the spaces, and it's really quite unique because you get the sneak peek of looking over the Wintergarden and giving your guests that true grand reveal when they actually get to come down for dinner.
We host all kinds of showers, business gatherings, pharmaceutical dinners, and we started about 3 years ago getting more into the wedding scene.
Our family's gone there for years for dinner. It's like a hidden gem there.
The food was delicious. We had the entire restaurant, so we had the cocktail hour in that beautiful bar, and everyone felt homey and comfortable.
Andy and his crew execute the recipes to the T, which means they're consistent each and every time.
Rochester doesn't have anything quite like it. It's such a big city type of idea, and bringing that to Rochester is brilliant.
A speakeasy is, well, for us, it's just a step back in time. The decor is amazing. There's all kinds of different hats and fur coats that everyone can put on, kind of as a photo booth, and it's just really a fun time.
That was just a sneak peek of what's coming up on our special edition of The Bridal Show. Let's take a closer look. We're standing in the Wintergarden by Monroe's, located in the Legacy Tower in downtown Rochester. This gorgeous glass-enclosed wedding and event venue offers breathtaking views where sunsets and city lights come to life. The Wintergarden is Rochester's premier destination for lavish events and extraordinary food. Owner Catherine Mott transforms this space into a dream come true for any bride. Let's begin our journey with a look at the Wintergarden by Monroe's.
A lot of people may not be familiar with where the Wintergarden by Monroe's is. It's located in downtown Rochester's Legacy Tower, previously the Bausch and Lomb building.
We recognize that we had this space here at Legacy Tower, the Wintergarden, that was really being underutilized. So Kathy, with her professionalism, just being incredibly organized at these events, it made sense to bring her in here and have her run our events. She's done a great job.
I have the best partners, starting with Monroe's and Dr. Kenneth Nozick, going right over to my guys at Buckingham. They've been absolutely amazing to work with. Once you walk into the Wintergarden, it just absolutely takes your breath away. The space absolutely sells itself. Then when you add in what we have to offer, it's the best space in Rochester. In the summer, it is like being outside with the trees in full bloom. And then when you get into winter, it's like being in a snow globe.
This space is just one of a kind. I mean, there's really nothing quite like it in Rochester, with the glass, the whole atrium feel, having the trees inside. It sets us apart from different banquet facilities and hotel ballrooms and country clubs. It gives us that, I think it gives us an advantage over other venues because we are truly one of a kind.
We're from Oswego, and we wanted to do something different than what most of our friends and family have done in the past. Right off the bat, I was overwhelmed and I was excited. The space was huge. It was exactly what I was looking for. I loved the windows, I loved the city feel. We were going for a city glam look with our wedding.
We love the city, we love Rochester, and it's just a central location for everybody, so I thought it would be perfect. So when we got engaged, she was like, we have to go and check this place out.
But Wintergarden was actually the only place that we checked out. So we knew kind of right away that it was the perfect space for us.
We give every bride a blank floor plan so that they can kind of start filling in things where they think it's going to work best. And then with our advice and our recommendations, it kind of all comes together so that each wedding is so very different from the last and so very unique to each and every bride.
What you get when you come to the Wintergarden to book your event is you receive a professional team. You get my entire staff, and we handle everything start to finish. I tell my girls at the end of the day, if we make the mom and the bride happy, we have done our job. We are able to accommodate a ceremony in our front foyer, as well as the Wintergarden, with many cocktail hours being hosted upstairs at Monroe's at 1, and then they get to move back downstairs and see the big wow factor of the Wintergarden.
Some brides come in here with the wildest ideas, and if we can make it happen, then we want to be able to do that for them.
They felt like a support system, which was really, really nice to be able to contact them whenever. Very easy to reach. Emails came back right away. I was never waiting.
They were flexible with ideas that we had, and they were also really good about giving us suggestions, things that have worked well in the past with other couples and with other events.
Every part, start to finish, is very personal to me. My name is splashed on everything when you come into the Wintergarden, which means it has to go absolutely perfect. Because of the size of the space, we can literally do weddings up to 600 people. But we've had everything from aerialists to stilt walkers. We've had a country singer come in. When you come in here, you turn it into whatever you want it to be. We've had very simple weddings, and we've just had the most extravagant weddings that would maybe be seen in New York City.
Kathy's always behind the scenes making sure that every food is in the right place and everything goes out flawless. There's so many things that happen during the week that nobody knows about, all the polishing of all the silverware and steaming the glasses and making everything so it's sparkling so that everything turns out perfect on their magical day.
When I walk in, everyone knows exactly what is going on, following lists, and just making sure that we are totally 100% set and ready to go.
They're still talking about it. We're talking the talk of the town at this point. People were amazed at the venue. They were amazed by the food. We've had nothing but outstanding comments about everybody's dinner. And not only was the taste outstanding, but the presentation was phenomenal. We were very pleased with everything.
The food was great.
Yeah. Food was really good.
Food was really good.
The portions were very big.
But the
very
portions
generous.
I thought were manageable, like where you didn't feel like you were completely stuffed.
Yeah.
I think it really comes down to my staff and making sure that they know how everything's supposed to go and the execution of getting from point A to B to make sure that everything is perfect, hot, tasting well, and just overall quality. I've done taco bars, we've done different carving stations. I had a Spanish infused menu. I mean, we can do it all. I mean, not just Italian or buffet or plated. I mean, we've done it all, and we're willing to do it all to make sure the bride and groom are happy on that day.
The food is very, very important to me. The majority of my recipes are my grandmother's. Whatever is put onto a plate here is checked by me before it goes out.
The space is so different, and you're not going to find anything else like that. It's not like, this event is similar to another event space that we've been to before. It's completely unlike anything else that's available in Rochester.
There was never a dull moment. We actually had people say, I was afraid to get up and go to the bathroom because I didn't want to miss something. The venue was outstanding. I mean, I couldn't recommend it more highly.
There are so many wedding venues downtown and throughout Rochester, and they picked us. So therefore it has to be absolutely perfect. I think I'm different because as an owner, I'm here. I don't just show up once in a while. I'm here for each event, making sure that everything goes perfect.
The views at the Wintergarden never get old, especially if you go up higher. Located on the second floor of the Legacy Tower is Monroe's at 1. The restaurant offers lunch Monday through Friday, great $8 meals. It's a perfect spot for a business meeting or a downtown getaway lunch with a friend. Monroe's at 1 offers catering, and this beautiful space is the perfect spot for your pre-reception cocktail hour. It's all here at Monroe's at 1.
So Monroe's at 1 is located on the second floor in the Legacy Tower. It was the former cafeteria in the Bausch and Lomb building, and we just transformed that over to look more like a Monroe's. It has great $8 specials Monday through Friday, as well as the full menu. It's a great spot to come for business meetings. We do offer Monroe's at 1 for smaller events. With Monroe's at 1, offer that for parties of around 50 to 75 people. It's a little more of an intimate space within the building.
It also doubles as a special event space. Whether it's during the week or on the weekends, we often set up cocktail hours up there. A lot of brides will upgrade their cocktail hour to have the separation between the spaces. And it's really quite unique because you get the sneak peek of looking over the Wintergarden and giving your guests that true grand reveal when they actually get to come down for dinner.
Space, we had a lot of guests. 220 people is a lot to all be in a cocktail hour, so it was a really nice big open space, and there were 2 areas where people could walk outside, and everybody loved that. That's actually what we heard most of was, we love this venue, this is so different, how did you guys find this? A lot of people hadn't been there, or have been downtown but didn't know that it existed, or have driven by it but never knew that it was really there, or what it was all about. So we got a lot of compliments on the venue.
And whether you're considering upstairs or downstairs, both Monroe's at 1 and the Wintergarden are the perfect venues for your corporate event.
We haven't done any advertising. It's all been word of mouth. So I have to think that we're doing a great job. It's just an absolutely amazing space to work with, and we're so proud of it.
This is Buckingham's 4th annual Partner Appreciation event. We hold it every year to bring all of our key clients, tenants, partners, anyone we partner with and do business with regularly. We bring them in for this event and just try to have a really nice event for them and let them know how much we appreciate them. When you want to impress clients or any of your partners or even your employees, you want to go to Kathy. She does a top-notch event. Tell her what you're looking to do and she does it. She's got just a flair for it. She knows what she's doing. It's the best kept secret in town. With Kathy running it now, it's really gaining a lot of momentum and notoriety. So she's doing a great job and really knocking it out of the park for us.
We do so many corporate events, not just for the tenants within the building, but for other people who are working downtown. We do everything from corporate parties to holiday parties to weddings. We do bar and bat mitzvahs. Those have been huge. The great thing about coming to the Wintergarden is we have many packages to pick from, but we can also customize a package that would fit each bride's needs and wants.
We always get, very high compliments after these events. In fact, we're holding this event tonight and nothing but compliments already. It really reflects well on Buckingham.
We would be happy to show you all the different spaces that we have to offer. It could be anywhere from 5 people up to 600, but we do have many spaces within the building. This is an amazing building.
Now we move our tour of fantastic wedding options to Monroe's restaurant. It's located in the historic Springhouse on Monroe Avenue in Pittsford. Monroe's has a reputation for a great place to eat dinner and stop in for a cocktail and enjoy great music with friends. But Monroe's also offers space for wedding receptions and special events. Beautiful outdoor seating, waterfalls, and fire pits, along with the delicious food, makes Monroe's a great option for your wedding reception or bridal event.
I love the planning of events and the different rooms within the Springhouse, as well as, the newer addition and even the patio. There are many places to have events in Rochester, but when you have a pretty setting, a unique setting, and a landmark like Monroe's and the Springhouse are, it's just a great fit and a fun place to be.
It's so busy to the point where every space that we have available is always full, from the patio to the dining room to the bar. People come back on a daily and weekly basis. People love Monroe's.
I think food and staff. I mean, our staff is great, but I think the food, obviously everyone comes for the meal and then you get the experience of everybody else, and we like to make sure that, our food is on point at all times.
Monroe's is a restaurant Monday through Saturday. However, over the years, we've really turned into somewhat of a party house. We host all kinds of showers, business gatherings, pharmaceutical dinners, and we started about 3 years ago getting more into the wedding scene.
I've waited a long time to meet the right person, and right from the get-go, I knew Missy was the one for me. And right from the start, when we talked to Kathy, she sort of saw our vision on what we wanted, and it just felt right from the first time we spoke with her.
We wanted something, like I said, that was just very, very warm and cozy, and felt like that we were, right at home with our family and our friends there, enjoying the people around us. It was important for us to have a small gathering so that we could get around and really spend time, with the people that we love and that have been supportive to us and been on this journey with us.
I feel like my team and myself are the most important part of the bride's day, because we handle everything from start to finish and make sure that it goes exactly the way they want it to.
A lot of people realize that it's a special event venue, but I don't think they necessarily realize that we can accommodate 120 people. And it's more of when people inquire, we kind of just take the extra minute to explain that, on specific days of the week, we do have the potential of reserving the entire restaurant and how it could end up working for them with having a dance floor, having a space for your cocktail hour, potentially having the ceremony there on the patio because it is so beautiful, and then having all of your guests seated for a dinner in the main dining room. It kind of comes together once we take them on a nice tour.
Our family's gone there for years for dinner. It's like a hidden gem there, right? So you see the building from the front and you see how it's changed over throughout the years, and to see the success that Kathy's had with it there. To come around that back parking lot and then come into this beautiful, beautiful building, and then these beautiful, grounds outside.
It just felt like, literally that was our home. She made it that experience for us, and throughout the entire night, her staff was amazing and wonderful, always catered to our guests.
Every detail, the way that she had our guest book laid out, the way that she displayed our candy favors, very kind of had this antique kind of a look to it. The way that she put the cake on this beautiful silver platter, the way she had the pastries displayed, like everything. The way that she set the room up made everybody feel like they were all together in one big room. We had one person assigned to our table that was, there at awesome, every moment. Do you want something to drink? Do you have enough of this? And I think that every table also had their own, staff member as well. Food came out so quick and timely, efficiently.
Essentially, I run 3 kitchens at one point. And to be honest with you, it goes really well. I have a good staff around me. Everybody just kind of works together and knows what the product has to be that we put out. The experience of that one event, one day for the rest of your life, you're going to remember. I mean, if I don't make sure that the execution goes perfect, I won't feel as satisfied as the bride would.
Monroe's restaurant is a Rochester staple for a great dinner or an intimate wedding, but Monroe's is also available for your engagement or rehearsal dinner, bridal shower, bachelor or bachelorette dinner, and even for brunch after the wedding.
We can really offer just about everything, from baby showers to bridal showers. We do rehearsal dinners, we've done nonprofit events, even small cocktail parties where we reserve a portion of our main bar. We really can do just about anything anybody really needs. It's the same attention to detail and the same team that we're working with to kind of make those events come together.
Putting that together with tasting the food that we're putting out and the attention to detail that the front of house staff really puts into it, I think that just takes a toll on its own. Someone can come into us and just ask for, hey, can you guys make this? Or I saw this, or I tasted this. And then, the fact that we can perform and, put that dish out for the bride and groom, allows them to do whatever they want, not just specifically to our menu.
We were so happy with the brunch. The spread was insane. It was phenomenal. The food was delicious and everything was right on time. Nobody had to wait. We had like 60 to 65 people. They were actually all in this room and everybody was very happy. We had everything from French toast to eggs Benedict, you name it, and I think our guests were pretty floored with that as well. And it was a really nice time to sit down with everybody and take a deep breath and be with the ones closest to you and have their feedback. You know, you have your own experience, but it's so nice to hear how other people experienced your wedding.
People have loved it. The food is very consistent, and they know that they're putting their faith and trust in us to do a good job. And I feel when all is said and done, we've done that for them.
Our tour now takes us downstairs at Monroe's restaurant to another one of Rochester's best kept secrets. The Speakeasy at Monroe's takes you back in time for handcrafted cocktails, a unique menu, and an atmosphere that creates a memorable experience every time.
So a speakeasy for us, it's just a step back in time during Prohibition when everything was supposed to be dry. They would have these little secret spots, mostly in basements. So the spring house was the perfect fit to do something like this. The decor is amazing. There's all different kinds of hats and fur coats that everyone puts on kind of as a photo booth, and it's just a really fun time.
She has amazing ideas. She can find anything and make it into something great. She's always looking at different ideas and finding little knickknacks. That's where the Speakeasy started. It was, you know, all these vintage pieces that she found, and she turned it into something gorgeous. So if you would have seen the Speakeasy before, it was just an old basement with cobwebs all over, and now to look at it, it's gorgeous and just such a cool, fascinating experience to watch everything grow.
It's kind of like wow. A lot of people that come in have become regulars and come on like a weekly basis or every couple weeks, and I mean they just love it, from the crystal glassware that the tables are set with to the dinner plates to the handcrafted cocktails and our gorgeous bar. I mean, it's just, when you walk in, it's truly that wow factor. Like, you don't really even know how to react other than this is truly a one-of-a-kind experience.
A lot of people don't know what a speakeasy is, but once they come down, they just find it to be so much fun. The menu is totally different from Monroe's, so if they come down for a nightcap after Monroe's, they'll come back for dinner the next time, and that's been pretty amazing.
I just kind of created a menu off of what I thought that style was, you know, old school feel, kind of a comfort feel, but also something very refined and something classic. Some of the plates that I have, which is Bridal, your tripe, Monroe, something you don't have on an everyday menu, but something that, you know, every person that comes in, if you have that, you know, old school feel to it, you know, oh, I used to have that at home, this is delicious. And that's what I kind of bring to the table, is that feel for, man, this is delicious, I haven't had this in years, but it's the quality that we put out.
We get groups of people who come in dressed up from the 1920s. They have a ball and throw full dinner parties. We also offer that as another spot to have a private event. Many holiday parties are hosted, and people just get a big kick out of it. It is open the end of September through the end of May, and then we close for the summer to host rehearsal dinners on the weekends. It's just another element to add to Monroe's. When you're done having dinner at Monroe's, you can go down for a nightcap and just have a totally different experience. Come on in, enjoy some great food, have fun with our bartender, and take a total step back in time.
From reopening a landmark restaurant to the transformation of one of the most sought-after event spaces in downtown Rochester, Catherine Mott and her staff have created and perfected the ideal space for your fantasy wedding, family gathering, or corporate event. And there's more planned for the future. Let's hear about what's ahead and why you should consider booking your next event with the staff at the Wintergarden by Monroe's.
Well, I feel my team and myself are the most important part of the bride's day, because we handle everything from start to finish and make sure that it goes exactly the way they want it to go.
I love seeing the final product because every bride has a different vision, and that's the exciting part for me, because with my background in design, seeing the color schemes and the decor is really kind of what sets everything apart for myself.
I thought they were all extremely hardworking, very generous with their time. I was so impressed. I think we both walked out of there impressed after every meeting. Everything I came to them with, they basically helped me bring my idea to light. But they were very positive with everything we wanted to do. It was never I'm not sure that that's gonna work. It was always, I can't wait to see your wedding?
You know, it's one person's day for the rest of their life, and I think to have a great experience at the wedding, especially where I can do it and make sure the food's on point, I think that is one of the biggest things that drives me to push forward and make sure every day is the best.
I've waited a long time to meet the right person, and right from the get-go I knew Missy was the one for me. Right from the start, when we talked to Kathy, she sort of saw our vision on what we wanted, and it just felt right from the first time we spoke with her.
Everything was really so perfect. We had such a perfect day that I'm just happy to have the memories of it. In our meeting, they knew all the vendors that we had. They were like, oh yeah, that's this videographer that we've had before, and we've had this the florist before. They knew all the vendors. They were familiar with all of them. They were experienced. I mean, they knew all. I mean, we felt like we had the best vendors in Rochester. So yeah, they knew all the great vendors.
This space is just one of a kind. I mean, there's really nothing quite like it in Rochester, with the glass, the whole atrium feel, having the trees inside. It sets us apart from different banquet facilities and hotel ballrooms and country clubs. It gives us that, I think it gives us an advantage over other venues because we are truly one of a kind. Whenever we have a bride come in, it's always like a shocked feeling because they've seen pictures online, but when you come in the space, everything is so much more dramatic. You get to really feel the height of the ceilings and the glass and the sun shining in and seeing the fountain, and all of those small details really give brides that advantage over other places.
Stop down and see us, give us a call, take a tour. Even if you think that it's not going to fit in your budget, give us a try. Let us do our magic. We've truly become a family. We enjoy being with each other, and we enjoy making people happy. The Buckingham guys have been amazing to work with. The building manager, Len, helps us on a day-to-day, anything that we need. And then, of course, the Buckingham guys, Chris, Rich, and Aaron, who are always available and are an amazing partner to work with.
It's an incredibly underutilized space historically. It was built originally as an amenity to the building where tenants could come in and eat lunch or hold little, client meetings, but there was never really an emphasis on having events here. When we purchased the building in 2014, we knew we had to do something with this space. And so we brought Kathy in to run these events, and as we expected, it's been booking right up, and people want to have their weddings here. It's been pretty amazing to see.
The views from the actual tower part of the building are amazing. My goal is to definitely take over a floor or two within the building so that you can see the total skyline in Rochester. I absolutely feel like we're a part of this unbelievable revitalization that's going on downtown. From our Wintergarden Cafe on our first floor to our up-and-coming Monroe's at One restaurant, which if you haven't been here, you need to come and try. You walk away with a great lunch at a great value, to the big, huge corporate events, as well as weddings that are happening in the Wintergarden. There's so much room to grow within their building. The floors are just absolutely amazing.
We hope you enjoyed this special edition of The Bridal Show, brought to you by Monroe's Restaurant. For owner Catherine Mott and her entire staff, I'm Robin DeWin. Thank you for joining us.